blowing. I haven't really absorbed it all yet, but it's like it's 24 by 36 and hand painted by
That's sick.
Arbansky, Nico Artist Supreme, and Nico does like exclusive work. As you can see, this is just like something that Nico was even. I mean, this the artist that I do business with, my artist is very humble, very humble.
Okay.
They like very humble. Like I never see these artists ever compliment themselves until today when they gave me the paint and they said, "Damn, I did an amazing job." I said, "Yeah, you did." Like the first time I ever heard that, and that's great because it's the first time I heard that, and it just so happens to be with my art. So it really,
Yeah.
sets me off. Well, I'll reiterate that. Not my art. This cover was Waylon's idea. Shout out to our boy
Okay.
Way Comics, Waylon Weathers. So we were talking about covers, and we were thinking because um the the s- the entire manga comic was going to be based on like an alien bonding with a human, and instead of that alien killing the human, it's going to become symbiotic with the human being, so they
Makes
become in
sense.
the stasis of symbiosis. So
Yeah.
that's why my comic is called Symbiotic. Now what's funny is I have a part two that's already written, and
Okay.
it is copywritten. It's funny because I was actually reading the Death of the Venomverse today, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Of course, I got a lot of influence from that. Absolutely. I mean, these are I'm the artist, and this is what influences my life. So
Yeah.
it's funny though because I didn't make a book already, and that's the second part of the series. It's going to be called the Symbiotic Six. So, but I get into the book today, and they have the Sinister Six in a Venomverse book where Carnage is going around and he's trying to I don't know if you guys want to hear the story now. I'll just tell you real quick. He's pretty much going to all these different multiverses and taking the codex out of people who can carry the gene of Venom. Anybody who can carry the symbiote gene that makes him more powerful apparently. And so there was a squadron that got together of symbiotes and they call themselves the Symbiote Six, and I started laughing because I'm like, "Yo, do I sue Marvel? I can't." But I do have the Symbiotic Six, so I'm still sticking with the name because. But it's funny because I swear to you, I haven't read Venom in so long since the King in Black. I've just been collecting. I'm not gonna lie and say, "Oh, I read every issue." No, I'm really
Yeah.
behind. So I absolutely was talking about it last week with you. So I was like, you know what? I need to pick this comic up. And then when I saw that, I just started cracking up laughing. I was like, well, it's been on my YouTube for a few years now, on my header and everything. I've taken screenshots. I've put it in on copyrights and all. So I'm not worried about it. It's similar, but it's like I just thought I'd say it. I just thought it was funny. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. But other than
Yeah.
that, I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I
I just
blabber.
read the you're good. I just read the Venom, or not the Venom issue, the Amazing Spider-Man wedding issue. Um
Yeah, I haven't read that
where
yet. I mean, we're talking the
Randy
new wedding issue. I
and
mean,
yeah,
okay.
Tombstone's daughter, I can't think
Somebody
of her name
freaking
on the
on.
top of my head. But
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she's a badass, by the way. Nice.
yeah.
Yes, I think I have that. And this is the thing
Just
because
read
I'm
that
gonna be honest with you. Okay,
just read that issue. I'm on 32 right
okay,
now. That's what I'm gonna read once I get off of here. Then I've got
yeah.
33, and this is a sick cover with Craven on it and the blackish,
Oh,
that
that is
really dark
nice.
Venom
Man, I've
suit.
been sleeping on my Spideys. I gotta start grabbing those up. Send me screenshots of those, cause I'll be grabbing them in groups of 10
Will
now. That's
do.
it. It's a wrap.
And
Yeah, definitely.
then got to catch up on Miles, and then going to be catching up on Venom
Nice,
24, where he faces off against
nice.
Doctor Doom. I'm
Oh,
looking
I
forward
definitely
to it.
want that cover. Oh man, I
It's
gotta go to
so
my
sick.
LCS tomorrow. It looks sick. I mean, I just got so much going on right now with the company
I
and
get it.
selling books and everything. And I mean, I just wanted to make an announcement. It's not like I did anything major, but we pretty much between my consignments, what I owed people and what I sold, we pretty much hit 100 comics already gone. So
That's
congrats
amazing.
to the team. So
Uh,
far. I mean, still have 900 of these babies to go. I actually got certificates, but I forgot to put it in here for the books now. So I'm gonna I'm gonna have this for 9.99 on the website, two-sided cover. But I'm also gonna have for $5 more. It's gonna come with a certificate of authenticity. I had them made
very
up, so
nice.
I was just waiting for those to come, and I'm gonna add that onto the website. And yeah, I've been going to a couple of comic book shops in the local area. I'm in the tri-state area. I've been sticking mostly to the five boroughs, so I've been putting my comic. I sold a couple in Hypnotronic Comics that's out in Staten Island. I actually sold a couple in another store um called Bulletproof Comics. It's out by Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn, and I'm going to
Okay.
be heading to Forbidden Planet, and this is a very old famous place as
Yep.
well Sunday, and
Love it
I'm
over
not
there.
sure exactly how many he wants, but I'm gonna give him as many as he wants. Like I have everything pretty much prepped and prepared, and
You want
for
100?
now
Go
it's
right
just
ahead.
like a hustle. It's a hustle,
Yeah.
I got yours put to the side. I got your loan numbers. Don't worry. I put it all in the pack on the side for you. Because when we see each
Perfect.
other at Comic Con, that's when it's gonna go down. And
I
also one more thing, and then I'll shut the
was like, I
hell
don't
up.
want you to waste money on
I
shipping and do all that for the two
Oh
books.
yeah, no, it makes sense that way. I always worry about damaging comics more than anything else. But no,
Yeah.
I'm fine as long as you're cool with waiting. I put yours to
Uh,
the side already because I wrote on it. I remember I pulled it up and I'm like, why does it say Chris? And I'm like, oh yeah, this is Chris's. I got you. So I put it. I got your loan numbers. I may have a other shirt by then. I'm gonna have some stuff, and I actually made. Oh man, I'm gonna present it in Comic Con. I made my own costume with Einstein. I made it.
okay.
I just got to get that shirt. I think this shirt's it's a long sleeve shirt, so I could pull this off very easily. Yeah,
Yeah.
the shirt and some jeans, and that's it. I got the rest sneakers. So I will be at one of the days of Comic Con. I'm not gonna say which day, but you're gonna see me showing up like this. That's what I'm gonna look like. Watch, you're gonna be like, what the
That's gonna
hell?
be legit.
I created, I created like a mask because when you read the manga comic, you'll understand. He is like he unlocks with his paramour the ability to absorb lightning and cast it at will. So
Okay.
I made a mask that's kind of similar to his face, but I made it with like this blue, like neon that lights up. It's a simple neon, like I would call it more of a
Yeah.
threaded neon. It's
Okay.
flexible, but it's made for you to bob and weave. So I was messing around with this 3D print design I had and a couple little, tinkerings I was doing, and I was able to design a mask. And I have the wig for this guy. Like I was talking to my fiance today, and I was asking her, I was like, I need a wig similar to this. So she was like, she came back with one like about an hour later. I wasn't even expecting. Like we went to the gym, we were working out, and she just threw it in my lap. I was like, this is freaking perfect. I already put it on. I'm gonna be doing a show tomorrow. I apologize to everybody online. I've been going insane with these orders and getting everything together that I have been neglecting the channel. My channel's like dead. Apologize to you guys. I don't know what the hell's going on. I put stuff up, ain't nothing going on. So it happens. I mean, this happens to your channel too. It goes in
Yeah.
cycles. I don't know what's going on. But I just may
It's
change the
been
name of the
insane
channel
lately.
just because I think what it is with me is that there's another channel that exists up there. It's called the Spider Layer, and it's more like the VR Spider. I don't know. Like I heard, like if anything conflicts with each other, that sometimes
Yeah.
YouTube could inadvertently slow down one or the other. So this is why, like, I was gonna keep my name, but I may just change it to the company's name, Assimiverse Comics. But then I don't want to put my name on a channel that's not gonna be moving. So what I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna do for now, I'm gonna do Symbioverse Comics Shorts as an alternative channel. And if I see that picks up, then I'm gonna start. Because I really don't want to start a whole channel over. Almost got 3,000
Yep.
subscribers. But I will be doing a show Friday about the whole entire book finally. I got everything together, the certificates, everything I wanted done. I'm going to be breaking down everything, what the story's about, without giving away too much. But I'm going to show good art. I'm going to be doing good clip work. I'm going to do good production on this. This is something that I just asked everybody, please just come. I don't even care if you watch it for a minute. Just give it a thumbs up. You can leave. I don't care. I'm just saying that this damn algorithm is insane. And Chris knows what I'm
Yeah, it
talking about.
is.
It's like I used to laugh at YouTubers when they say this, and now I'm one of them. Please come give me a like. I'm telling you, that thing makes a damn right. I would laugh. I would never laugh at YouTubers again. I apologize for being ignorant, but
Well,
yeah, I mean, it's
I
just
showed you
like
how I showed you how dead my channel was back at the beginning,
yeah, I
middle of
remember.
August to like the beginning of September. And then like
Yeah,
the past
and then all of
week,
a sudden,
I've been getting
yeah, you just pop.
consistently 1,000. So like in the past 48 hours,
Look at you,
9,449
man.
views. I'm like,
Yeah, look
where
at
did this
you.
all
That's
just come
great.
from? Not that I'm
Yeah,
complaining, but like
yeah.
the
It
past
just goes in
five
cycles.
views, yeah, the past 5 videos, 10.6 thousand, 4.9, 4.3, 3.7, 3.6. I'm like, what the
Awesome,
hell?
awesome. That's
I don't know
great.
if
You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
posting
Like
just right at the right time or what, but
I mean, it's like I
I'm
said,
not
I
gonna
post at the
complain.
times that it says that my audience is on, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think like I think it comes to like trends. Like you
Yep.
just gotta. It's weird. Like if we absolutely sat there and see what was trending, we could trend all the time. But I think with me and you is that we put up different content all the time, and so sometimes stuff sticks and sometimes it doesn't. You know.
Exactly.
And I just been messing around with a lot of VR stuff, and I've been messing around with a lot of my stuff, and I've been mostly pumping my channel and trying to pump my product. So I guess that could be slowing me down as well. But I'm all good with that because this all goes in cycles. I still have almost 3,000 subscribers, and I'm gonna be doing a triple giveaway, guys. So I'm gonna be doing like the show for Saturday. I'm gonna be working on this tonight. I'm doing a show tonight for Saturday. I'm not sure if I'm gonna film it here or I may film it up in the layer because this is kind of like my Symbioverse Comics headquarters down here. So I may film in here, move a couple things around, not sure yet. But yeah, I'm gonna film the episode tonight and I'm gonna post it tomorrow sometime, maybe about 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock tomorrow night. But I am gonna do a live giveaway. Because you bought comics for me because you're in. So whoever, thank you all, especially all my Instagram people, all my fam that's been following me. I appreciate you all. You have no idea. You guys really warm my heart with this. I just hope that I don't let you down and that you enjoy what I put out. But I am gonna say this much: for anyone who just tagged my post, you're already in one raffle. I'm doing a triple raffle giveaway because you bought 4 books, so you're automatically in all 3 raffles. So it goes like that.
Perfect.
If you buy 83 pieces of what, like if you bought 83 pieces of from me, you're in. You bought 2 pieces from me, you're in with 2. If you tag my stuff 3 times, you're in for all 3. So I'm making I'm not gonna do a single eliminator. No, we're gonna have fun. I'm gonna do this for a while. I haven't done a live broadcast in a while, and I'm gonna give people a chance to come on. It's gonna be about 11 a.m. on Sunday, maybe 10:30, 11 a.m. on Sunday. And I'm just gonna do a triple giveaway. And if you liked my posts or you just tagged, you're automatically in for 1. If you bought a comic in your tag, you're in for 2. If you bought a T-shirt, you're in for 3. You bought 2 comics, 3 comics, you're in for 3. So I am gonna have the list up tomorrow. I'm gonna put out a quick more like a picture post so you guys can see who's on the list for what raffles. And I'm gonna have to sit with this computer tonight and make up the 3 raffle wheels, and we're gonna go like that. So that means now, Chris, because you bought 3 pieces and more, you're already in all 3 of them. So you got 3 chances of winning. Um,
That's
Either
what's up.
a copy of this, a, a signed copy of this book with the certificate of authenticity, and the grand prize winner will win a T-shirt and a signed copy of this. So I'm really excited about doing this huge giveaway. I want to do it. It's promotional for me, but it's my way of saying thank you to everybody who supporting us and who really believe in us. And we're trying
Definitely.
to we're trying to overthrow Marvel and DC and everything else that's in our way. That's it. We're not waiting for the entertainment. Look, when the writers went on strike, and I work in Hollywood and I do my thing. So let me explain something to you. The writers went on strike, and I was literally like, okay, um, I guess this would be a good time to just like finally make the move and get this company rolling in. Because I not only
Yep.
just made the comic, I made my own comic book company, clothing company, and collectible company. That's what the 3 C's stand for: comics, clothing, and collectibles. So he'll make a cool tattoo somewhere. So and so I mean, it's just a hustle right now, and I've always been this kind of person. From my past lives, I've always hustled, like in a good way. I mean, like hustling. Like you just gotta
Yeah,
get the word out there, speak to people. Comic Con's coming, and don't worry, Chris. We're gonna get our press passes, and even if we don't, I already talked to my people. We're gonna have. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so crazy. One of my old I'll say one of my old training partners will be at the door. So it's like as close as you can get to anybody you've ever worked to. So don't worry about it. We gonna
that's
get
what's up.
in. It doesn't matter how many people. Don't worry, I'm gonna make sure I have everything a week or two before ahead of time. I'm gonna call
Yeah,
my boy and let him know we coming. Cause
yeah.
last year was great. We caught some
We
good
got our
footage,
train
and
ticket
I got this.
solidified,
Yeah, I'm
so
sorry.
we got our train ticket
Hmm.
solidified. We've got our Harry Potter experience solidified now. So
Oh,
we're going
nice. You're
all in
doing
with
the
this
whole
trip.
tour, right?
Yep.
Nice, nice. Don't worry, I'm
Every
gonna
time we
grab.
go to
I'm
New
gonna
York
grab
City, we
that press
find
pass.
something
I'll be
different to do.
piggybacking with you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Well, we definitely
Um.
gonna be out there. We're probably gonna be out there for all the days for sure. I mean, we're gonna be meeting up with Joe Doyle Comics. He's gonna be there.
Okay.
Um, and we're gonna hook up. He's gonna be doing interviews. He's not actually gonna be boothing. He's gonna be doing more or less like just chilling. And I told him, well, I would love to
That's
sit
legit.
down and interview with you, and if you want to do something like that, like I would like to do live. The problem is that my phone really is crap for live, and I do have a nice 4K camera. I just may get something better that I could just broadcast for live, because
Yeah.
my phone that I have is like whenever I'm doing live, everything gets all like I don't know, it gets distorted and slows down. It can't process it for some reason.
I
But I do
gotcha.
have a camera that I just bought, and I'm gonna be bringing that with me because my fiance is my filmer, obviously. So I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting the press passes as well. I
Yep.
never picked up the press passes from last year because the boys were at the door. So you're like, well, you could go. It's funny, and because these guys are professional. So my boys are retired police officers, New York City's finest, right? And so I would watch this guy like I worked with for years, but I mean, like I forget like what kind of professional this man really was. Like I'm watching, I'm like, yo, hey, listen, man, like we're not working anymore. He goes, nobody's getting in here with anything. Like, yo, but he searched like legitimately though. What he was finding though was crazy. Like, cause people are gonna try to walk
Yeah.
in there with real swords, and they do all the time. I've done it. I mean, I remember one time, my friend, another retired cop, he, I don't even know how or why, but we were in Comic Con, and then he turns around to me, he goes, "Yo, I forgot I had this. It was a freaking a a revolver barrel that was full with like 8 real bullets to one of his
Hmm.
guns. That he didn't have the gun, but he had the barrel. I'm like, what? What? So I'm like, he just got it with like a barrel full of yeah, a barrel, just like a revolver barrel. Like, what the hell's a
Yeah.
revolver? What? Where's the gun? Like, what? I don't know. Yeah, crazy stuff, man. I will say
So
this much though. Yeah, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
I think I'm gonna be trapped what I was gonna say. No,
You're
no, no,
good.
no, no, no. I'll tell you in private. Trust me. No, no, no. I'm not sure. Listen, man. We got like a couple hundred views on the last channel, man. We're gonna get a
It's
couple
true.
thousand. I don't want to get you like the wrong kind of Okay, okay. I'll tell you. Allegedly, yeah. There was a couple of us that was we'll just say we was our toys were not toys. Not that we were walking around with anything like, well, no, that would be a lie. Everything was pretty much loaded. But in hindsight, it was nothing that was visible to anyone,
Yep.
concealed more or less.
Hey, the
But
Comic Con I'm going to
you
tomorrow
know,
has a booth
because
for a
I won't
local
keep saying,
company called Blades of Life, or Blades for Life. So I mean,
yeah. Actually, I was gonna go join. Yeah, I wanted
so
to go, but when I did the map, I was like, oh man. And I like driving, but I was like, oh. Mm.
um
But I will say this much though, Chris. when I'm working next year and I have the van, I will definitely come up there because then it's on the company. They don't give a damn when I drive it. I could drive that thing all over the place when I get it. It's mine. It's my baby.
That's what I said to my buddy. He's a plumber. I was like, so do you just take the company van out when you don't want to like waste your own gas? He goes, no, of course not. Why would I ever do that? So one of the things that like I
With
wanted
us,
to talk
though,
about tonight is the CGI and the way that Ahsoka did Anakin Skywalker. And I know that that's a big thing that this strike is about right now, is trying to make sure that you can't just use an actor's face for eternity and just pay them for the one time that they were there. So
yeah.
how do you feel about all this? I mean, that clearly is one of the big things that ended up coming out of this strike, and one of the big things that people are striking for. And now we have a literal example
Okay.
of this going on.
I say that you should settle this the way that it was settled for Bob Finger's family. Okay, because he wasn't getting credit for, you know, creating the Dark Knight, which indeed he did. So I think the way you could take care of this is make it a legacy payment. He needs to get paid more than
Okay.
one time for sure. Just like with Stan Lee and the Marvel was sold, but there's legacies that live on
Yeah.
through the company. Regardless, there's always going to be the daughter, and she has kids, so the legacy gets passed
Yep.
on to the family. You see, Hollywood is going to have to do a legacy contract, and I feel if you was because hey, if I was your president, vice president, or whatever, and I've whispered this to Fran out loud, do it like this. I mean, honestly, the best way to do this is to do exactly what I said. You set it up like an allotment for not just that actor, but for the family. And I mean, it don't have to be a crazy amount, but enough to where you're not going to use the guy and pay him like some ridiculous low amount and then just keep using his face.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right to do that. Like, especially if someone else is going to make money off of it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, Bully McGuire, don't come looking for me, man. I ain't making no money off it. But I'm just saying, like, let's just say I started making money. I'll absolutely kick him with some royalty checks. He'll be getting like comics and like checks with like residual checks from YouTube. I'll just send them the. I'm like, yeah, this is your cut. That's it, the Bully McGuire. So
Yeah. So
yeah, I
how
mean,
would
like,
that work? Like the face dub stuff.
I don't know. I mean, okay. Right now, I can do it. I've done it. I mean,
Yeah.
I could take anyone's face. I could take. I mean, give me some ideas. Maybe I'll play with Anakin's face and put it on some stuff just to show you. But I could put in stuff. And this is me with like no crazy. I'll be honest with you guys. Other than this, and when I'm doing live shows, everything is done on my phone. Everything, even my editing, my programming, my everything is done on my phone. I made my entire YouTube channel just based on my phone, and I love
Yeah,
it
there's an
because
app
it's
for
so convenient
everything.
for me. But there's apps for everything, yeah. And I have a CGI app, and I have a freaking like face swapping app. I have a couple of them, and you can take these pre-templates that they make, and you can make your own. I don't really try to make them. I do sometimes, but when I made them, I'm not gonna lie, they popped into tens of thousands. But
Yeah.
you can preset them, and you can take anyone's face and put it on anything. I took um
It's
Tom McGuire's
crazy.
face today. I put it on Superman just to have fun.
Yeah,
That's it.
like why not, right?
Yeah. So, and I did it. If you look at it, I mean, if you look at it, I'll pull it up. This is to show you guys, like, this is like legit. Like, when you look at it, it's just so mind blowing. Look, I don't know
What
if you
about
can
a
see that, but look at his face. Watch. Wait, let me get out the glare.
yeah?
See?
What about a bully Anakin?
Watch when it closes up on his face. What about what?
A bully Anakin. So Anakin as bully
Oh,
McGuire.
I could do that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put Anna's face on some some Superman stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna play with him for a while.
Like
We're gonna have fun, me and
Anakin,
Anakin. I did
Anakin
like
doing the bully dancing,
I remember I
killing
did
some
Anakin's
younglings,
face on the Matrix. That did a lot
killing some younglings in the process. Lightsabers going as he's doing the dance like this. As he's going like this, he's got the lightsaber.
Oh, I have to create something like that. That would be a great thing to create. Yeah, and doing the Bully Maguire dance while he's shooting things. I think there's this guy I follow. His name is Doctor, and check him out because I think he made something similar to what we're talking about. Like it says Bully Maguire versus Anakin Skywalker, and like they're in a freaking hey, what's up, Billy? How you doing? And they were all in like a dance, like you say, like he was shooting, like he was doing the lightsaber thing, and Billy McGuire was dancing, and he was like having like a shootout, and he was just dancing, dodging the bullets. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this thing's hilarious. But yeah, I want to make something like that. But yeah, you could just like it's just so that's a perfect example. That's a perfect example. This is just a toy right now. I'm playing with it like it's a toy, but in reality, it's not a toy. This is something that you can really do some like really crazy stuff with. So I look at it and I'm like, all right. I started getting ideas, and I'm telling you, like sometimes I just sat there one day. I was like, damn, Bully McGuire would be great if he was Neo in the Matrix, and that popped so bad. I was like, wow. Like I just put it up there. I found this Matrix um template, and I took Keanu's face off, and I put Bully McGuire's face right on. So it's just like things like that, and this is me just playing. So imagine
Yeah.
now, if this is me doing this on a phone, and I just showed you what the video looked like. Imagine what a studio with millions and billions of dollars backing them can do. Because believe me, I haven't sat at those places yet, but I have talked to the mole men, which are all the editors, the men that are up at 3:30 a.m., 4 a.m., editing everything, getting it ready for the next week. And these guys don't play; they're up all night editing, and they all look the way exact. What you could imagine, what an editor would look like that's up all night editing is exactly what. Okay, the mole man, pretty much. That's exactly what they all look like. Mm. My God, and that's not a diss. I say that. I say because it's like a craft. Okay, I knew this old guy right in Brooklyn. This is one of the best pizzerias like ever made, and he was old. When I say this guy was old, he was like old, ancient, 90. He was still working. He was hunched over. He had like I'm saying like hunched over from years of just doing his craft so much that he became that very thing that he was working. Like his body formed to like it was fucked up like how he was hunched over, but it absolutely like
Yeah.
he said it just made everything better. How he could flow the out. Had some weird like how he flowed the ingredients, the olive oil. He was just able to just throw on all this. I'm just telling you right now, like the man was Sicilian. It was like the best pizza I ever had in my life. And it's a shame he just passed away a few years ago. God rest his
Damn.
soul. But it's just something like one of those things where if I ever find
Hopefully he
something
passed
even
down
similar
those
to it,
recipes.
I'll cherish it. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he did, but I'll be honest, this place got closed down by the
Oh
health
shit.
department so many times. I mean, like, I don't know what. I think mostly because I don't think it was their fault. It was their location because their
Okay.
place was on Avenue J, and it was like right by the train station. So you can imagine what you gotta do to keep rats out your place at that point, where they're
Oh,
right
I
by the train station. This is like an underground line.
yep.
So like when you're coming out, you're kind of walking in the street, but there's still a line enough to where you're gonna have rodents everywhere. So
Yeah.
I think that's what happened to them but it's just something that is so hard to control where you're right by a major like don't
Yeah.
if you guys ever think about living in any of the five boroughs, especially Brooklyn or Queens, do not live anywhere near a subway station. Don't do it, whether it's noise pollution or rats. Don't live
Underground
anywhere
or
near the
above ground?
subway station, especially underground. If
Okay.
you live above ground and underground station, good luck. Because everyone I
Oh,
know that lived on the R line in Brooklyn, this is from 95th Street all the way up to 30th Street, 6th Street, always told me the same stories. They always
no shit.
encountered at least one rat in their life coming out their toilet. Of course, it's right
Coming
there.
out
It's
of their
like the
toilet?
trains. It's like Fourth Avenue. Yes, they crawl up
What?
into coming out their toilet. And this
Oh
guy,
my god.
and this guy lived on the fifth floor. Like this was like not no freaking. Where did you come from? Like you freaking freak rat from five
Nope.
floors up. You come out some man's toilet. He,
Nope.
yo, I was like, you gotta get the hell away from this place. So don't
That's a
ever run
fucking
by any
super
trains. I'm
rat.
telling you, I'm giving you guys. I'm telling you, if you guys are here for me and you ever lived in New York City and this sounds familiar, just hit them in the comments and let me know where you guys are from so I can know. But I remember one time when I was working on my old life job and I did have my
Yeah.
gun on me at the time, a freaking rat the size of a freaking like dog, like it was a small dog, jumped on that platform and I pulled out my gun. I ain't gonna lie. And I just stood there like, I'm gonna kill this thing. It was hissing. And then my partner's hitting me like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not gonna let that thing kill me. It was a huge ass was a I should move. Don't move there, I'm telling you. You're gonna
My
regret
buddy
it.
actually moved
I'm
there from
telling you.
here, because he's an architect. So he's like, I moved to New York City because that's where all the architect jobs are. He loves it down there. He's now living, or
Yeah,
he's
that's
moving
a
into a place
oh
next
yeah.
week or so, just outside of Hell's Kitchen, I believe. And he's like, it's amazing. And
Oh
I was like,
yeah.
so can I come stay with you
Yeah.
for Comic-Con? He goes, hell yeah, you can. You might be sleeping on an air
Oh,
mattress
that's awesome,
with a
dude.
bunch of boxes around you. I said, I'm good. I'll be there for 5 minutes a day
Right,
sleeping, and
fuck
then
you,
I'm
right?
back off to where I'm
Yeah,
going.
exactly. Yep.
In all
Trust
honesty,
me,
whenever
we're
I
gonna
visited New York City, you don't spend much time in a hotel. You're always on the go.
no, no, no. I mean, I'm lucky. I don't live too far from New York City, so I can actually just come over whenever, and it's good. I'm actually gonna be in Manhattan tomorrow and Sunday doing the comic rounds. But yeah, I mean, like it's good up there. I'm not gonna lie. I have a blast whenever I'm up there. I don't go too much because I pretty much grew up there, so for me it got boring after a minute. Gone away
Yeah.
a couple of years. I used to work there too. Different things, different jobs. Like it's crazy. I go to Times Square. I'm like, damn. I remember when I was on patrol. And I took a picture with Spidey, and I remember when I was over here. We were like garden, like Planet Hollywood, like just crazy, like little things that you never really get to really do in a normal job. But it was fun. I had a blast down there. Like just it was just cool. We didn't do it all the time, but when we did it, it was just like something that was like a treat for us. It
Yeah.
was a pretty much a day off patrol, and you're with all these freaking um costume people that are running around, and they all want to take their picture with you because you're a cop. So I'm like, yeah, yeah, come on, let's go. We all take pictures, and I'll show you one. I think I have one of me in uniform as a Spidey. I'll send it to the group later, and I'm pretty
Sounds
much
good.
taking a picture. My boys are taking a picture with me and Spidey. Yeah, that was awesome. Cause like ice like this Spider-Man stuff goes back deep. You know what I'm saying? This is not
Yeah.
something that I just came up with. Believe me, it
So
goes
what's the
deep,
news on the strike
real
right
deep.
now?
But yeah, I was like, you just read my mind. I was about to just say that. Okay, so I'm happy about the striking away because it was able for me to finish my comic. So now here's
Yeah.
what I'm hearing. Whoo! So, oh my god,
6 more weeks of winter.
there was. I don't want to give the. Okay, so yeah, remember I told you this was gonna happen, by the way? Oh,
Yep.
and I predicted that the hurricane wasn't coming either. I swear to God, like I told my girl immediately, that hurricane will not hit this area. That's it. I didn't
Yep.
say New England and everything up north. I just said the tri-state area, and I was right. But okay, I'm not sure of the exact figure, so I'm gonna try to remember exactly the figure that was given to me because apparently this comes down to more or less show writers and their current salary because according to them they haven't received a raise in about 10 years, I guess, or 12 years, I don't know. But
Okay.
I mean, like when you hear the numbers it's going to sound like you fucking kidding me, but this is the
Yeah.
numbers. I don't make these up. I think they were getting for an episode of whatever. And this is not like one writer, by the way. We're talking about maybe four or five, one show. So per show, each writer was getting about ah, it was 10,450 around episode. Now, when they went back to the table, the number was $11,897 per episode. And from what I understood,
Wait, I'm sorry.
this
Did you
was
just say
being
that they
voted.
jumped from 10,000 to 400,000?
No, no, I said from ten thousand
Yep.
450 to 11,780 or
Okay.
11,000. I want to say more like $11,800, almost $12,000 an episode. Now they
Yeah.
were taking votes on this, from what I understand, but then it was struck down immediately as it's not costly rising with the cost of inflation. So it was ridiculous. So the raise that they had, they pretty much said they don't want it. So now
Hmm.
I'm in something that's called the boiler room. Okay. So I can talk about certain things. So the boiler room understands and knows that I can share these things. So in
Okay.
the boiler room, there is a huge, huge, oh man, I believe it too. Now it's a matter of standing off. They don't care anymore. Hopefully, this will be back in order by December. But from what I understand now, this is beyond like, ooh, this is beyond. This is bad. This is the worst case scenario that I thought would happen, and it's happening. So the producers, the directors, the studios, they want to starve everybody the hell out. They don't care anymore. That's it. They said we're gonna stand on ground. That's it. So now the negotiations that could have taken forward, which the one that was supposed to bring everything back by November, wind up now being completely. That's it. There is no. That's it. The studio made up its mind, and I don't know if the
Yeah.
actors are aware of this or the writers, but this is now excellent for them because now they're gonna be cutting shows like crazy. Disney's already cut 40% of its shows. You'll hear about it soon.
Mm-hmm.
Echo gone. Daredevil gone indefinitely. Indefinitely. Not even for a
Really,
season or two.
Daredevil?
Indefinitely. Listen to me. Daredevil gone indefinitely. Indefinitely.
That's kind of
Indefinitely.
shocking because Daredevil
You
was
ain't
one of the
seeing
ones
Daredevil.
that,
Remember I was telling you that I had this
yeah,
little idea. Well, remember I
Daredevil's
was
one of the
telling
ones
you
that I was
something.
really excited for,
Disney
and I
can't
thought since it
Marvel.
did so well on Netflix, they would immediately just be like, "Let's pump this out."
That's my point. It's been canceled indefinitely. Indefinitely. When you
Yeah.
hear the words indefinitely, remember I was telling you about the Netflix picking up some of these shows?
Yep.
Remember I was telling you this a month ago and we all thought we was crazy and I was telling you that they're gonna start selling off stuff to Netflix. That's what's gonna happen. And no
Okay.
one said this yet, but it's going the way I told you it was gonna go. The way that the committee says it was going to go to, this is all like a lot of it
Yeah.
is information and some of it is guesstimation based on what we get. But I can tell you right now, I've been completely accurate with everything that I said up until this point, including what I'm about to say. And it's not announced nowhere. You can look this up anywhere online. No one's even talking about it. I'm pretty much the first person, the only person that's talking about it. Netflix will pick those shows back up. I guarantee you within a year, they're going to buy these shows. And I'm going to tell you why.
Oh yeah.
Disney for sale. Remember? That sounds preposterous. Now it's for sale. After they just bought Spidey. What the hell's going on there? You see? It's
Yep.
just an crazy, insane. I knew this was going to happen because they were an empire that grew too big. And you
Yeah.
can't, you have to understand something. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you guys watched Netflix on One Piece. Have you seen that yet? I'm gonna
No,
do a
I
whole
haven't.
entire show on One Piece. So, okay, it's the live action. I don't know if you ever watched the anime. It's not important if you did or you didn't. If you didn't watch it, you're not missing
I think my
anything, so
wife
that's
was
good.
into it. I know she was into
But
Naruto.
I knew some of the lore. Like I knew the kid was a stretchy kid. I just didn't know what his
Mm-hmm.
power was or how he became that way.
Yeah.
So the minute I saw the trailer and I saw the kid Luffy, his name is, and I saw how they did, I was like, wait a minute, this is like what they should have done for Cowboy Bebop. Like they didn't do it. Like they like it looked like right immediately. Like it's not a One Piece is not something that I was ever really into, but as you're scrolling through your Netflix, you will always see the pictures. I will always see it online. So it's something that I would always see and I was aware of, but just didn't care enough to stop and watch it. But I'm gonna tell you, they did a live anime on it and it came out freaking phenomenal. I recommend that highly. You're not gonna waste your time. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that this thing's not getting even more rave than I'm giving it. But this thing is like the highest rated Netflix series of all time. It got the highest rating, the most watches, the most views, the most likes. This thing's amazing. And what I like about it is that the reason why I bring it up is because if Disney only did this one thing that Netflix is learning, and Netflix, you good. I'm gonna start buying more stock from you. Yeah. If Netflix keeps it up, they're gonna do what I already said that needs to be done. When
Yeah.
you go woke, you go broke. When you stick to the law, you're gonna make more. That's my new shirt. Stick
There you
to the
go.
law, you're gonna make more. You can put that
You
on
have
a
to
shirt.
go
I'll
to
say it
Disney
again.
World and
Listen,
just
when you
wear
go
that shirt.
woke, you go broke. When you stick to the law, you go. You stick to the law, you're gonna make more. That's it. It's real simple,
Disney, are
and
you
that's what
listening?
Netflix knew. Because with Disney, take notes from Netflix because this is what Netflix did. That was amazing. They screwed up Cowboy Bebop because they knew what they did wrong. They got some diversified people on it and destroyed it. So instead, what they did was the original creator came on and he was like, "No, what I say goes. I get call and everything." He got final cut call. This man cut more than a dozen things out. He was
Wow.
really getting angry at some of the people for what I heard. Like he was like really like the creator is an old school Japanese guy in his 50s now,
Yeah.
and he's really like and he created this in his 30s. So this is something that he's had since his 30s. And they said he took over the direction. He had final cut, final say, final word, final everything. He fired three
Shit.
writers, got them out of there. Like, you ain't getting my vision. Go. He was like, they said he ran this like a freaking torture camp. Like, you had to do exactly what he told you or else. Loved the actors. All the actors got what he was doing. They were all actually fans as well. So,
Yeah.
one combination of
Amazing what
actually
happens when you
putting
hire
on the
fans.
person who actually freaking made it instead of George Lucas, or even better, you should have just George Lucas. I get George Lucas wanted time away,
Yeah.
but you should have at least hire him for one of these
Consultant.
movies for something. It's just
Yeah.
like what the freaking Amazon did with the Rings of Power. They literally could have had Peter Jackson and did not call him. How do you
I
not call? Listen, the man that made $1 billion per movie that you're
yeah.
not getting, and we're talking $1 billion back 20 something years ago. That's
Yeah.
like 2.1 billion in our money today. That's a fact.
And
That's a fact. So you
not to
got this guy
mention,
that
you've got all of this success. And so I was watching Adam Sandler movies recently just because there's a ton on Netflix. So I was like, why are there so many Adam
yeah,
Sandler
they
movies
were
all
pumping
on
Netflix with that
Netflix?
stuff.
And I
Yeah,
looked up Happy
because you know what
Madison
happened with
Productions, and they
yeah,
joined forces pretty much with Netflix. All of his movies have been
yeah.
released on Netflix pretty much since I think it was like 2014.
Okay,
And
so here's what happened with Netflix.
how does that make a production company successful is my question, because if you're never making money off of your movie because it's not going to the theater, are you actually ever seeing the money that you put into the production value, if that makes sense?
Okay, because here's what's been happening with Netflix. What? Okay, with a lot of Adam Sandler stuff, most of it's older, so they just uploaded like all of his stuff, and they made a couple of
Yeah.
movies that he made for Netflix exclusively. Okay, these movies do draw in, and I'm gonna explain to you how this works. I mean, they did this Arnold Schwarzenegger campaign. I got the figures back from that, and it surprised me like amazingly how many subscribers. When Disney lost millions in like a day, I think they lost 4.1 million in a day.
Shit.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was coming out with a show called Fubar. They picked up that week 3.1 million new subscribers, even though they were all given password restrictions. But like I always bought the one that was just the highest. It was like 14, 15 because I knew it played the like any high def device you would log into, any hotel, any
Yeah.
phone, it would just come up as the best picture, and I would never have a problem with it. So I was already used to paying this, and I can understand like Netflix kind of screwed themselves, but it should have did it the way that I did it when I first did it with them, because I think that was the only way you could do it back then. Like if you wanted all your screens, you had to pay like $14 a month. But I
Yeah.
didn't mind because, like I said, I could go into your house and be like, "Yo, where's your Fire Stick? Oh, where's your app on your TV?" and just log in with my stuff right onto your stuff.
Yeah.
It's so convenient. So I didn't have a problem with it because while you doing that, then you're allowed to take it anywhere you want. So that was another
Yeah.
reason why I did it, because now I'm in the old school bracket, which means now I can just take my Netflix wherever the hell I go. Which I hear now
Yeah.
you can't do that. So but I understand why Netflix had to do that too, because they were losing money. I mean, you really are losing money, and you
Oh, I
gotta tighten
totally
that up.
agree.
I mean, it was a dumb option. It was a dumb option. But like I said, I was always
But
like,
there is a way around it.
just
I
with
did find
Netflix,
a secret
I've
little
been like
hack.
that with Netflix.
So if you
Oh yeah,
have a
I'm pretty
smart
sure you did.
TV,
You hit me up in the comments later.
I don't give a shit. Netflix isn't
Mhm.
going to shut me down. They don't give a shit. If they did, they wouldn't allow this to happen. You can't share to a TV
Yeah,
anymore
so
from Netflix. But if you screen share your phone and then open Netflix, you can screen share what your phone is playing to the TV, and then you can watch Netflix wherever the hell you are on a big screen TV.
okay, well, you see, because I had the original plan, right? Because I had the original plan, I
Yeah.
was able to sign in on that TV. Just like it says, you gotta scan the code, but I was able to
Yep.
sign into my original Netflix using the apps on the TV, and I just bought a TV like last week, so I was able to get it with no problem. But like I said, that was because I saw the fucking value of the plan when I first had it, so I bought it, and I'm
Yeah.
grandfathered in, so they can't do anything about it. So yeah, even with the apps on the TV, I can sign into any app. I just
Yeah.
prefer the Fire Stick.
True. The other thing I noticed is the Apple TV
Yeah, so I just
doesn't
like
have as many
yeah.
restrictions. The Apple TV doesn't have as many restrictions because technically
Mm-hmm.
it's a mobile device because you can move it and put it on any TV you want. So you could
Right,
argue or
right.
whatever that I took it to work, I took it to my friends, I took it here. So that doesn't have as much weight as like the Amazon TVs and the Samsung TVs that are smart TVs where you're playing it straight off of the apps that are built into the TV. So
Yeah,
take it or
yeah.
leave it, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
I
I
could
mean,
give a shit
I'm
if I
I'm
need to
not
pay an extra
I
$14 a
mean, like,
month for something.
yeah, I mean, like, when I was, um, even with the app on the TV, I really don't care to do the apps in the TV, but I just couldn't get into my Fire Stick. It was getting all jammed
Yeah.
up, so I was like, let me see. And yeah, I was able to get on, well, like, no problem. I was able to log right in. So, that's why I'm using upstairs, and my fiance likes this. She's like, yeah, it's not. I said, it works the same, right? She was like, yeah, it's like. She says, I didn't when you said that, I didn't understand what you meant. So
Yep.
you're saying that the Fire Stick is built into the television? I was like, yeah, it's not a Fire Stick external. It's Fire Stick built in. And I mean, like, damn, I picked up like a 42-inch, like, not nothing fancy, a 1080p for like 120 something dollars. Oh my god! I was like, where were
That's
you like
nice.
10 years ago when you were like $5,000? Yeah, so I just had a
um,
TV that was in my I just had a TV that was in my room for the longest, and I just had to get a new
yeah.
one. So yeah, I just signed in with it, and it worked pretty good, I guess.
Any more big news before we sign off? I've got a Comic-Con to go to tomorrow, and my son's got soccer practice, and then
Yeah, good
we're
luck with
going
that.
out to our buddy's airport.
I am the only thing I'll say, and then we can get the hell out of here, is that so from what I get right now, it's gonna be a dark Christmas for a lot of folks because they're gonna stand their ground for what I'm hoping that they're wrong. Like I said, take everything I say with a grain of salt, but usually when I hear these things, unfortunately, I'm never really wrong. So
Yeah.
me saying it, I mean, like I'm sad because I'm one of those employees that everybody feels sad for, the man that works behind the scenes, that we work for them, so we on
Yeah.
strike. Even if we don't want to be on strike, we don't have a choice. They all work. Without them, we got no work. So
We're
it's not
not
even like
asking
you
for
can take
more
a
money.
job
Just
in the
give us
office. Like,
something to
no,
do.
yo, just give me work. I don't care. Can you guys settle this like my own union used to? We never went on strike, and we would just still work through the
Yeah.
through the contracts until we were caught up. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing the municipality contracts, nah, they don't work like that. So that's all good. I mean, like I ain't gonna lie, I'm losing. Oh man, I won't say how much, but it's a lot. But I also got a lot done as well. So
Yeah.
sometimes in life, guys, you're gonna have life, you're gonna have money, you're gonna have
Yep.
time. And what you do with that, if you have it, ever balanced, you'll actually have enough money and time. But it's usually you're gonna have either one less, more, one or the other. So I always say when you have the time, make the most of it. When you can make the money, make the most of it. And yeah,
Definitely.
so Hollywood looks like it's gonna be on strike till like probably to November, most likely December. I mean, I can't really see it staying on strike through December, but I could in a way because usually everything wraps up like the second week of
Yeah.
December anyway, and they usually go on a 6 week hiatus anyway. And but some projects usually can start up within a 2 week project, but it's usually 2 to 6 week hiatus. So if my math is telling me what I think, and from what people are telling me, um, it looks like we not going back to work till like next year, maybe
Are
February. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this time I'm wrong, but I have never been wrong yet. So
so and
I'm
just to
crossing my fingers this
clarify,
time that the information is yes,
so just to clarify, the writers are still on strike and the actors are still on strike. The writers are
absolutely yes.
um basically asking for more money. They want about a 2 grand increase roughly per episode. So from 10,000 to 12,000, so that would put them a little bit over that like
Oh, and they want to go from
250,000 a
and they want to go
season.
from 5 writers an episode to 7.
Okay.
Yeah,
So now you're
and they
looking
want to go
at
from five
going
writers to
from
7. And the reason
a little bit under $1 million to then going over almost $2 million
mhm.
dollars just for writing one season of a TV show, or
Yeah, and
probably
then
for a
they'll show
movie that
you
would
a
be what?
chart like
Because I'm guessing you
for a
get paid
movie
more for a movie.
that would be like triple for a writer, if not quadruple.
Okay.
So if that's like, but okay, so a movie is like, cause a movie when you have the director and the writer are usually like right next to each other
Yeah.
constantly, like this is the guy you see next to him. They're always whispering in each other's ears. He's pointing at this camera. I've sat behind one of these rigs and it was freaking cool. Now I got what was going on, and
Yeah.
then I didn't like I this is the time I walked on a set and didn't realize I was part of the shot,
Okay.
and they didn't call cut. Then I realized I was part of the shot, so I just walked away naturally, and I came back around, and then he said cut, and he goes, "You mind if we leave you in?" That was good. I was like, "Nah, I'm cool." I just like was walking, minding my business. So, so yeah, cool. He's like, "You look natural." I said, "Yeah, I didn't want to like. I'm sorry for walking the shot." I was like, "No, no, no problem." So he was showing. Like the writer was talking to him about, okay, we can write this in. We'll say this person came. Like I just wind up being it happens a lot on the things. Like I'm gonna try to find the clips that and I'll show you guys. It's very hard for me to find because I forget so many shows I was in, but there's a few where I did like unofficial walk-ons behind the scenes. You'll see me in the crowd. You'll see
Yeah.
like my vehicle in the crowd. It's just really weird things, you know. But I am excited about going back to work because, of course, the way everybody, I'm gonna have a copy for you guys. I'm gonna be promoting the hell out my book, and I always had
Yep.
directors and writers and stuff always telling me when I was ready to let them know. So now I'm ready, but guys, go back to work so I can let you know what's going on, please.
So
And
then
that's it. I got nothing else. Yes,
you also said that the writers are basically saying we're at a standstill right now. We're not. We're just gonna
the
stop,
writers
and you guys
did
can
not
decide where you
did
want to go.
not no, the writers did not move on that deal that was given to the point that it was ugly. I'm not talking about like it was
Okay.
like, how we're talking. I'm talking about like a shouting match, people throwing things, like it was bad,
Shit.
like really bad. Yeah, it was like a fight almost. I don't want to say a fight because
Yeah.
I
A,
got
a
kind of like the
spirited
gray
argument.
area that it was almost a fight. Yeah, a verbal a verbal dispute. No one got any black eyes. That I can confirm. So a verbal
Okay.
dispute. eh, Parties went their separate ways, and automatically actors are like, "Well, we're staying with you then." Yeah, all right, yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
but it's all good though because the Rock and John Cena are back on TV, so they're not doing this whole SAG strike thing, but they are
Okay.
independent contractors, which means they do in their contracts have the right to do things that are not related to Hollywood. So yeah, um,
Okay.
I just say like there's a lot of people that I know that are. Oh, there is one more thing I'll say, then we can get the hell out of here. Um, there is a crisis going on, and people. I don't want to laugh about it. I'm not trying to laugh about it, but people are losing their homes and everything. Like,
Oh
and
shit.
this is the beginning of what they want to do. They want to. Well, we're talking like the majority of who I'm talking about is people in Cali. Okay,
Yeah.
there's one or two actors here who had to sell one of their homes. Oh, I'm not making the money. Yeah,
Oh
you bought a home
bummer.
for 500,000, sold for 1.2. Yeah, who are you? Because you thought you were gonna be working more, and you thought you're gonna be able to afford. No, listen, it's
Yep.
real simple. Live within your budget. Period. That's it.
Yep.
End of story. It don't matter. Try to make your rent or your mortgage or anything as cheap as you can. Write things off. Always have that second job, the third job, the fourth job, the gig. The problem with a lot of these Hollywood people, and I tell you guys this all the time, when I was working with you guys, you always got to be ready to take any job when necessary because
Yep.
Hollywood is never forever. I used to say this all the time. So get out there and work like the rest of us. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
get your actor ass back in Starbucks and go make some grand lattes and go make a freaking living until the strike is over. Then you could go
Yep.
back. And I mean, like, and that's pretty much it because it comes down to like a lot of these. I mean, I don't want to say that it's greed, but when you see them complain. We can see them complaining, and they're sitting in their Maseratis complaining about how much money they're not making, and you're sitting in a freaking shotgun in a $138,000 Maserati. You're just sitting back cracking the hell up, and I'm like, I can't even freaking take you seriously. We sitting in a car that's almost as expensive as my house. Shut up!
Uh
Like
huh.
I
And the
wish
funny
I
thing
had it like
is,
that.
since it's a Maserati, they probably can't even sell it for 138,000,
Yeah,
so they
exactly. I
can't
think
make anything back on it.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. So that's what he's complaining about. Hey, who told you to buy a goddamn Maserati? I'm the guy knows who I'm talking about. He actually did wind up selling the Maserati eventually. But I remember just sitting in this gentleman's car and just listening to the rich man cry poor. And it was the most hilarious shit. And I'm like, you know, you need two things in life. He goes, what's that, Mike? I said, you need a second job. So I get going. I said, and you need to learn how to budget.
Yeah.
I said, that's the problem. I said, it's not about how much money you make. This is my pearls of wisdom to the world. It's not about how much money you make. It's about what you do with the money you
Yep.
make that counts. You can have
Amen.
anything you want so long as you're good with the money that you are making. And
Yep.
I'm not saying never to carry a debt or never to try to always be debt free. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is that try to live within your means and try to get deals and try to do like discounts. And like I had a bunch of credit cards that I was doing for the company. And I was like, I was looking for okay, I charged up some stuff, made my own merch and stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm going to charge the stuff up. Then I'm gonna find one of these cards that'll give me 18 months zero. I'll grab all these things. I
Yeah.
grab them and I put everything on, and that's it. And I'm good to go. I reset myself. I gave myself a interest-free loan for 18 months, doing nothing but what I would normally do and earn rewards. And this is what I
Yep.
tell people. And now that I got a corporation, I'm gonna get a corporate account once I get my tax. So yeah, it's just things
Yep.
that you could do. You gotta hustle, people. Hustle. I have a business in my house. My house is a write-off. My mortgage is a write-off. That's it. You
Yeah.
gotta hustle. You gotta find every freaking loophole. And this is how you stay ahead of everything. You don't get too comfortable. I was making so much money. It's not to brag. I was making a lot of money, but I never let that go to my head because I know that can stop like that, and it did.
Yep.
And it did. But you know
Yeah.
what? It don't matter. You know me. I got other things going. So I was already ready. So I
Always
was
have
sitting
your
through
irons
this.
in the fire.
Yes,
Yep.
definitely. And this episode was brought to you by Symbioverse Comics. Symbiotic. Come pick it up on my website. I'm such a shameless plugger, man. But thanks, Chris, for having me on, man. It's always a
Of
pleasure, my
course.
friend. And
Have
we're
a
gonna
good
be
night
seeing each
and
other at Comic Con. Listen, we gotta do
definitely.
some crossover show. You gotta make it out to the
Okay.
lair. We're gonna work this out. Don't worry. I'm bringing you to the lair, but you gotta wear a blindfold all the way there. That's the only thing I can say. I
Okay.
can't show you where it's at, but I will have you. When I tell you open your eyes, you're gonna be standing in the middle of the lair in amazement. But yeah, we definitely gonna hook up, Chris. So thanks for having me on,
Sounds
man. That
good.
was fun. All right,
All
buddy.
right.
You
Have
have
a
a
good
nice
one.
night. Have a good
Thank
one,
you guys for
everyone.
joining in the comments. Have a great night.
Yes, everyone. Have a great night and good night to everyone. Peace out. As soon as I
See ya.
figure out how to get the hell out of here.